We have built a powerful economy, partially thanks to the vassals and Western Schism. We have really high roads network, the best in Europe, or maybe the whole world, which skyrocketed proximity to capital, in a good way, which then in the end scaled the control, and we have conquered the whole British Isles. I am so powerful I have to pick another rival, and Scotland is a perfect candidate for that. I want to conquer them anyway. I need legitimacy and prestige also, so I can canonize some character. I have a lot to choose from. If you need quick legitimacy and prestige, canonizing is one of the options to do so. It gives instant, more or less than prestige and legitimacy. It is also time to connect a lot of our roads to make the proximity and the control better. Especially the roads that are going nowhere, like in the location Avalon. We have been proclaimed the military hegemon. It isn't really surprising to me, especially since we have 200k levies and we can have 70k regulars. I like when the AI is asking for the military access. It's not like they need it, so it is kinda free money for me. That's a really useful advisor I can get, and only for the 500 ducats. Time to declare on Brabant, which is the Holy Roman Emperor at the same time, so nobody will defend them. And right after I declared on Brabant, which I want to vassalize, they've been proclaimed the diplomatic hegemon. It's kinda ironic. Vassalizing Cologne, so the ally of the Brabant, and vassalizing Brabant itself. Yeah, it's kinda looking like the whole HRE is angry at me for vassalizing their emperor. And I can take even more antagonism thanks to the event. Nice. That's why I created the defensive league with the Castilians. They have 80k by themselves, so the coalition won't declare on me. By the way, look at the cultures map mode in the British Isles. We are culture converting the English culture into French. Even the London has French minority. In the future I want to release England as my subject, after culture converting a bit more of the lands. They have cores on all those lands, so in theory I should have pretty big money from them. Now we are not only the military hegemon, but the diplomatic hegemon as well. And it is also time to clear a bit the island and to make my subject a bit bigger. My almost 100 air dice at 20 in the hunting accident. Some things in Europa Universalis never change. Now we are even the cultural hegemon as well. Italian wars have begun, but I don't really care about that. I don't know if I will engage with this at all. I have unlocked paved roads, so now I will invest everything, including those 2k ducats, into them. It is time to subjugate Scotland. Let's see the Aragonese army quality, so the Scotland allies. They are really weak. I expected a bit more. After a couple battles, piecing them for all the money they got. That's a lot works of art taken from the Dunfermline. The first piece of Scotland looks like this, taking some bits and pieces in Ireland as well as some in Scotland. Look how quickly the French and culture is spreading, mostly because of the really high cultural influence. 500 is a lot. In the meantime I have annexed my vassal, the new states of Scotland and Wales, and created England in exchange, which I changed to the French culture. I hope they will convert more of the lands. The Reformation started in Navarra, so right next to me, in my vassal lands. With the high, vast road network I am building right now, my tax base is skyrocketing, and it will only get better. Another free money from Hungary this time. Collège de France event, which allows me to spend 4000 ducats, but in exchange I will get +5 research progress, and monthly research progress plus 10% for 15 years. It is worth it even though I don't have money for that. Contesting the Latin language event, which allows me to get 20 culture influence. Super useful, I need culture influence to assimilate way faster. Scots in my country revolted and the Scotland itself joined, so I can take lands from the rebels and the Scotland at the same time. I don't know what the hell is that, but I can either lose my king or 50 stability. I can't allow to lose 50 stability, so my subject, the Pale, had the civil war, and for some reason they didn't annex the Clandenboye fully. They left them with one province. I don't know why. That's super stupid, but it is what it is. I have unlocked battle leadership law, and I'm going for the meritocratic leadership just for the military tactics. It is also time to give super useful privileges for the burghers, like the urban development grant. Plus I want to push to the innovative as much as I can. declaring on Scotland with the intention to vassalize them as well as their allies like Liege and Metz. All three options are great from the foreign cultural law, but integrate foreign traditions work the best for me. I want that culture influence, so now it is almost 600. And for some reason I cannot vassalize Scotland, so I have to take lands from them and vassalize them in another war. The Council of Trent. I'm really curious if I can make some cool changes. Let's propose maybe the change for the monthly humanist progress. And everybody is against me, even my own vassals, so I think they don't want it. Thanks to me spending almost every money I can have, or could have, on the roads network, the proximity map mode looks really good. But I think it is also just France being so good for the proximity cost, due to a lot of rivers. For some reason England has the capital in city of York, so I have to build some roads and connect them to the London, so I can get more money from them. I don't know why they have York as a capital, but you know, EU5 AI works in a really mysterious ways. The French-Ottoman alliance, I can go with the historical option and create the alliance with the Ottomans. But I don't need this, I don't want this, so I don't care. Another event which boosts my cultural influence and culture in general. Plus cool modifier to Paris. A new world I will try to colonize, since I have a lot of money. We'll see what we can get. Finally, I vassalized Scotland, gave them back all the lands that I took from them, and now they give me instantly 13 ducats of income. By the way, I love those flags. Look at the flags of Scotland and England. I don't know how, but the tax base improved by about 200 or 250 in a couple of years. Maybe that's because of the trade markets. We control Bordeaux and Paris by myself, Bruges and Caen by my vassals, as well as Dublin, Edinburgh and Londres. After a couple of years, Scotland is giving me 40 ducats of income. 40 ducats from Scotland in about a couple of years. I didn't expect that, to be honest. So it is time to seize another trade market for myself. The Aragonese market this time. And that's why Navarra is really cool subject to have. Iberians have a lot of minuses due to using levies against my standing army, as well as fighting on the hills or on the mountains. That's devastation. And now I kind of have to repeat that process over and over, and soon I will be able to peace them. That's a third battle that looks and ends like this. Piecing Papal States just for the 3 locations. White piecing Portugal and Castile. I am not slowing down, I declare on Genoa with the intention to vassalize them. Taking the Catalonia from Aragon. Vassalizing Monferrato, so Genoa's ally. Taking some locations from the Pope which I will give back to Milan once I vassalize them. I can't vassalize Milan in that war, so instead I'm taking the Genoa, which I will give back to my Genoa vassal. And right now Genoa is giving me even more money than England. That's kinda funny. And we have expanded into 2 more markets, the Barcelona and the Genova market. England finally changed the location of the capital to the London, so right now it should boost their economy and my economy, since the proximity there is way better. Would you look at that, a quarter of my income is from my vassals only. That's kinda funny. And now I'm taking pretty much half of the Aragon for myself. Vassalizing Thiers, so the Pope's ally, yes I am at war with Pope again. And taking some pretty big chunk of the North Italy from the Pope. Vassalizing also Milan. Bohemia is in really weird spot as a HRE emperor waging war against the almost whole HRE, as well as Poland. And right now a third of my entire income is from my vassals alone. The Rhodes revolted against the Ottomans, and since they are the French culture, it forced me to join the war against the Ottomans itself. The funniest part is Rhodes isn't even a real country, it is just 300 people. And it is time for the one last war against the Aragon and the Pope. I need quick legitimacy, so the canonizing is the best option right now to get some. We have conquered pretty much the whole Aragon, as well as big chunk of the North Italy. Vassalized couple of nations in the HRE, as well as the rest of the British Isles. The diplomacy map shows way better the scale of the empire we've just created. And here are some statistics at the end of the episode. The income is astronomically high, over 1000. over 400 from the vassals alone. We control Barcelona, Genova, Bordeaux, Paris, Bruges, Cologne, Londres, Edinburgh and Dublin markets. We have 24 million people, probably with the all vassals combined it is way over 30 million. French culture is dominating, especially on the British Isles, thanks to the really high cultural influence. The Reformation has taken place mostly in Germany, England and Nordic countries, and we have 80,000 standing army. We lack manpower though, but it is fine. Everything now goes into building barracks. And we finally started to colonize. The tax base also is skyrocketing. Soon over 2,000. High tax base is also mostly from the high and vast road network, which makes the proximity to capital really good, which in the end makes the control really good.